big, beautiful, loving planet called Earth. I like to do this thing from time to time in my life where I go through all of the photos, the memories, the posts that I ever made on Facebook or not on Facebook, on anything really, about the high school days. Now I know that those are long time ago, and I probably shouldn't think too much about them. But from time to time, every year, I like to go through my high school yearbook and look at all of the good times I had. Even though there was some good times, like dances, like hanging out with friends at lunchtime or things of that nature. And then there's also bad times in high school. Everyone goes through. I've mentioned this before, but I mean, like, if you really think about it, however many years you've been out of high school, it could be 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, however long you've been out of high school. From time to time, you'll hear rumblings of some sort of a high school reunion or some sort of a get-together with individuals that you went to high school with or that you went to college with or whatever that situation may be. And you start thinking about all the good times and going back through your memory bank and your Rolodex in your brain of all the times that you had that were amazing in high school, whether it was going to football games, whether it was maybe some of you went to baseball game, the high school baseball games, high school basketball games, soccer games, things of that nature, going to high school dances, going to a place to go and eat during high school, whether it was, whether it was at a restaurant near the school that you went to, whatever that may be. Every single person did something special in all 4 years that they were in high school, whether it was, like I said, I've mentioned a few things, but there's so many other things that you do in high school. Sure, learning is a huge part of high school and exercise and stuff like that, and it's not just high school, it's all of school. Whether it's middle school, elementary school, high school, college, junior college, whatever it is that you went to, and however long you've been away from it, there are memories that you remember of your friends and your teachers and things of that nature that you experienced throughout your schooling days, basically. And not everyone. Most people go their own ways in life after high school or after college or whatever it may be. Some individuals come back to the town that they grew up in just to see their friends and things of that nature. But for me personally, I want to go back. I don't want to go back to those high school days because most of those days were the hardest times of my life, and that's okay. Everyone has hard times in high school and in school in general. But I want to go back to the good times. Where I hung out with friends I haven't, I try to communicate with every single person, or not every single, but a few close friends that I knew from back in the day. And sure, they have their own lives now, they're doing their own thing, whether it's a job or having a family or, or whatever that may be. Every single person does things differently in life after high school, after junior college, after college, or university, or whatever you want to call it. But then, there's times in life where you want to relive the good times, the good memories from back in the day. And I know that not everyone is going to remember who you are or remember what you did in those school days. But it's still good to know that, hey, maybe in the back of their mind, they remember you. Or they think about you once in a while. And that's what I want you guys to understand is that just because I've been out of high school for 15 years, we're getting closer and closer to 16 years in May of next year, but I still think about, the people that had an impact on my life. And I know that, like I said, I know that not everyone lives in the same state as I do. And heck, some of them may not even live in the United States at all. They may have moved to another country and live in another country for, a long time. But still, I still want to, even though high school reunions aren't like super fun or interesting, there are times in our lives where we have a high school reunion. Whether it's their 10th year, whether it's a 20th year reunion, whether it's a 30-year reunion, whatever it is, those do happen. And look, I'm not getting any younger. And someday those memories, those moments, those, awesome times at school dances or at school football games or school basketball games or any of that stuff that happened in the past, those will fade with time, and you gotta be able to be willing to hang out or set something up with people that you went to high school with, or not high school, with any schooling that you may have done, and set up a time, whether it's a lunch, a dinner, some sort of fun activity like golfing or Top Golf or miniature golf or going to a water park or going on a little boys trip or a mixture of boys and girls trip, like a co-ed trip with friends that you knew in high school or that you knew in elementary school or middle school or even junior college or college. And now I want to say this before I do the birthdays and stuff. I know there's not everyone that there's a few individuals from my graduating class that have passed away since we graduated 15 years ago, and it's saddening to think about that because some of those individuals had a huge part in my life over the course of high school and the course of after high school as well. And I don't know what's going to be next. I don't know. I mean, I'm turning 35 in April of next year, which means that I want to do something kind of cool for that birthday. And I've mentioned this time and time again on this channel. Whether it's doing like a fun activity with like 10 or 20 or 30 of my closest friends that I can still talk to, whether that, and it doesn't have to be like Top Golf or miniature golf or going to an amusement park or any of that stuff. I'm just saying, or water park or anything like that. Maybe we just go to dinner and just catch up, or go to lunch and catch up, or go to the movies and go shopping or something along those lines. Because who knows when the next time I'll see them, if I will ever see them again. And they may not be like close as close as we were in those school days, but some of them I still talk to on a regular basis. And sure they have their own, like I said earlier, they have their own lives. They're doing their own thing. They're raising their own family and stuff like that. And I completely understand that. Even though I don't have a family or a relationship of my own, I can understand that lives get busier after high school, or lives change and people move away from the city they went to school in, or things of that nature. Maybe they move to another state, maybe they move to another country, things like that. I just want to reconnect and communicate with them, even though it may not be, the same as it was when we were in school, but still, it's good to catch up with people you haven't seen in whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, however long it's been. It's good to, set a date and just figure something out where you can talk to someone, you can communicate with them, things of that nature. Anyways, with that being said, we've got a couple birthdays to wish today, so let's just dive into it. I want to wish Sarah Daichi a happy birthday, Lauren Riihimaki a happy 30th birthday. Welcome to the 30-year-old club. I would like to wish, who else do I want to wish a happy birthday to? Let's go down here. I want to wish Savannah Crisley a happy birthday. Priscilla Quintana a happy birthday. And Chris Hemsworth a happy 40th birthday today. With that being said, that's it. Your love story exists wherever it is in this world. It could be a mile from you. It could be 10 miles from you, 50 miles from you, 100 miles from you, 500 miles from you, 1,000 miles from you, anywhere up to about 5,000 miles away from you. Anyways, my love story's out there somewhere too. And I will see you tomorrow with a brand new vlog. I'm planning on going to see the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film later today. And then see where things go next week. And bye-bye.